close to 2,000 hours of learning content, and it has got built into 12 different languages now. Started off with one language in Hindi. So to build in Hindi, they first built in English, and then they converted into Hindi because they had their side that they wanted to convert that into multiple languages, and they thought that we first need to create a universal base. Now it has got rolled out into major part of Asia. It was rolled out into Middle East and some part of Europe as well. I would say hugely successful initiative. One startling fact that came out that when they had built it into one or two languages, and the adoption was fairly low, because it was meant for mechanics, and mechanics are supposed to be, a majority of them would learn in their native language. The moment they embraced translation or localization, the adoption actually shot up exponentially. So this is the power of translation in enabling skill development. And then this would be another eye-opening fact that today some of the leading businesses have started measuring their business impact, where translation is a key enabler in terms of what is the impact, what is the percentage coverage of dealership coverage or their population coverage or the GDP coverage in terms of how much of localization they have covered. Like they would map a state and the primary language, and then they would see that how many languages they have rolled out their programs, and by that they would look at measuring that what percentage of dealerships have they covered, what percentage of population have they covered, what percentage of GDP coverage that which signifies economic activities that they have covered. So it's kind of getting deep into the business realm. I'll talk about another case study, a program that we did for farmers in a village called Unnao in eastern UP, and there we were trying to teach the farmers how to grow the third crop, and what are the benefits of third crop, what are the how they should go about it, what kind of and who do they listen to. So what was the context? The context is that if you go to a setting of a farming community in the rural village, they listen to elderly people, they listen to people with wisdom, and so in the whole realm there was a character like that created, who is more like a sarpanch, or who is more like a village person with a lot of wisdom, and then him kind of making those dialects happen in terms of how they could grow the third crop, what could be its economic benefit, what could be its impact on the social living of the people. So I would say this is how translation is enabling the in the skill development of farmers. So this is I've come towards the end of my discussion and just put a snapshot or a summary of what I've talked about. We have a tremendous shortage of people who are employable. We have large number of educated people, but not really employable people, and this situation is continuing. We have very small percentage of people who are fitting the bill, and we are also seeing that 23% of the working youth in next 5 years is going to be from India. If we are sitting on this whole situation just by making sure that we adopt a program which is to basically equip these people in different skills, and incidentally the surpluses in India matches very closely to the deficits globally, and I'm talking about a decade's time, which is what I talk about the mother of all opportunities. So if you convert your surpluses to cater to the deficits globally in terms of the skills that we can build up here and provide, where translation would be the key enabler as it is central to the diversity which is ingrained into skill development, we can really build India as a global superpower in skill in the area of skills. Some initiatives which are happening currently, you will see that some of the global groups have really entered this fray. Bharti Group, Reliance, Apollo. I'm talking about the Apollo Group of US. It's a large education group, Jubilant Foods. So several of them are actually, seeing the opportunity, and they are venturing into in one way or the other. Some of them primarily driven by the fact of meeting their own business needs of shortage of skills. There are UGC has started certain certification courses from 2007. These are career-oriented skill enhancement programs. If you look at the Government of India 12th plan, there is an outlay of close to $6 billion on the skill development mission. So there is a skills council, there is a National Skill Development Corporation. World Bank has, they have earmarked $280 million for vocational training. National Skill Development Mission has put a target of skilling 500 million skilled people by 2022. So these are some of the initiatives which have got formed now. So I am telling that skill development cannot become a reality till the time there is an amalgamation of translation and skill development. Skill development is a huge opportunity which can make India a skills superpower in 1 decade. There are initiatives underway, and I have talked about some of the developments which has happened and which industry has embraced. So it's actually time to really come together and both the communities to come together and harness the mother of all opportunities. So that's all I really had to share. And again, thank you all for your patient audience. I know we have exceeded our time brief for the entire session. Thank you.
Thank you.